This video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Stay tuned for a special offer. Have you ever sat on a plane waiting to be cleared for takeoff and suddenly thought about what might happen if an engine fails as the plane begins to accelerate? If it didn't cross your mind before, maybe it will now. But there is no need to panic. V1, otherwise known as the point of no return, is the speed at which takeoff cannot be aborted, even if the engine fails. Pilots are very well aware of this speed and know when they're committed to becoming airborne. So let's examine this point of no return in today's video. First, it's not just engine failure that might cause pilots to abort takeoff and apply the brakes. These include fire, loss of control, adverse weather conditions, or other technical malfunctions. These things can be dealt with by bringing the aircraft to a stop, so long as they happen before the all-important V1. Effectively, the point of no return, V1 is the point at which the plane is committed to taking off and is a specific speed determined by a variety of factors. These include aircraft weight, runway length, wing flap settings, weather, and more. The exact speed of V1 for each flight is calculated before takeoff, and for general reference, aircraft like the Airbus A320 and Boeing 737 can have a V1 speed of about 120 to 140 knots. Meanwhile, larger planes like the A380 and 747 have a V1 speed of 140 to 150 knots to account for the greater weight on board. Once the plane reaches this speed, it becomes unsafe to apply the brakes and/or reverse thrust and bring the plane to a stop. At this point, the plane is committed to attempting takeoff, engine failure or not. Knowing when to commit to takeoff is the result of several important factors coming from intensive training and experience. But committing to enhancing your internet security should be a no-brainer. That's where today's sponsor, Surfshark, can help. Working away from home? Surfshark and its new Surfshark One suite of products will help keep you safe even on unknown networks, encrypting your online data over public Wi-Fi. Surfshark One is more than just a VPN. In fact, you get antivirus protection, private search, and even data leak notifications all in one place. A Surfshark subscription protects an unlimited number of devices with over 3,200 servers in 100 countries. Connecting to a server in a different country gets past geo-blocks and government restrictions. One scenario often faced by travelers is two-factor authentication when logging into email and other sites when a foreign IP address is detected. Avoid this inconvenience by setting your server location to a different country. But again, Surfshark One is more than just a VPN. A Surfshark subscription includes real-time antivirus protection, a completely private search function, and even a smart tool that operates as a breach detection mechanism to alert you about personal information leaks. With 24/7 support and a 30-day money-back guarantee, Surfshark One will be one thing you won't regret trying. Get Surfshark VPN at surfshark.deal/simpleflying. Enter promo code SIMPLEFLYING for 83% off and 3 extra months free. Our thanks again to Surfshark for their support. And now, back to the video. After a pilot has confirmed that V1 has been reached, they will move their hand away from the throttle. Until V1 is reached, the pilot generally keeps their hand on the throttle in case they need to abort for any reason. After V1, it's all about ensuring the aircraft lifts off with no issue. After the pilot removes their hand from the throttle, they can start to pull the plane's nose up. This is also the moment when the front wheels will leave the ground. VR, or rotate, is the moment at which the aircraft's lift becomes greater than the effect of gravity pulling the plane down. At this stage, the pilot initiates the rotation maneuver by pulling back on the controls. The final key speed for takeoff is V2. If you're someone who worries about engine failure, this is the most important speed you should know. V2 is the safety speed that dictates that even if one engine started to fail, the plane would still be able to take off and perform the appropriate emergency procedure to land safely. V2 is also calculated before each flight as it can be affected by wind, total weight and more. Given that V2 is reached only seconds after V1, the speed is only a few knots higher. For an A380, V2 is typically around 155 to 170 knots, while it is around 140 to 150 knots for an A320. A plane maintaining a speed of V2 will still reach a height of 35 feet off the ground by the end of the runway, clearing most obstacles in its path. When building airports, this height is taken into account to ensure any nearby building or structure would not be hit by a plane traveling at V2 speed due to engine failure. In short, V2 is the speed at which a plane can safely take off after the point of no return has been reached, even if something goes very wrong. Because V1 and V2 are calculated before each flight and are unique to every flight, they are extremely accurate. Both speeds are designed to allow for catastrophes like engine failure. Before V1 is reached, takeoff can be safely aborted. In the case of V2, once the plane has committed to takeoff, flight paths are carefully planned so a plane can take off, climb and return to the airport with engine failure at a lower height than normal and still allow for a safe landing. Indeed, it is fairly common for flights to take off and make emergency landings just minutes after pilots notice something is wrong during takeoff. Did you know about these various speeds related to aircraft takeoff? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.